Hi, I'm Doug Donnelly, and welcome to Cecil TV. The developments in Cecil County, housing developments, they're common. They're everywhere. Every time you could be driving somewhere, you see oh, they're building houses there. Oh, look at that. They built a neighborhood there. But one has caught our notice, and that is a development that the Planning Commission is currently looking at and plans to vote whether it can proceed on February 22nd. And that is the Chesapeake Club development. And it's caught other people's attention too. And there's a group, and they've organized. And tonight we have Mike Welker, who's part of that group. And so Mike, tell us about the group.
Thanks, Doug. So the group is called the Cecil Citizens Action Network, or CCAN. And we pretty much formed out of a group of concerned neighbors who met at someone's house in the Fairway Villages Chesapeake Club Drive area to discuss this 700 plus unit development that's about to go in right a mile south of the town of Northeast. So we met together. We said we need to do something to make this development more sustainable for our community. This is being done by the same development company that's running the Southfields project in Cecil County and Elkton, just south of 213 there.
And they've also just announced an expansion.
Yeah, another 200 acres to that. Already 500 plus acre development that's going just south of Elkton there. And there's also rumors of another development being built in Port Deposit that may have some connections also. The fact of the matter is we're seeing all these developments coming up that we're not necessarily against development, but nobody in Cecil County has been included in any of this discussion. And so that's what our job is. As the CCAN, the Cecil Citizen Action Network, our job is to ensure that the lands in Cecil County are being developed in a way that's sustainable and equitable for the residents of Cecil County, not for people from Baltimore and outside of the county to line their pockets with.
Right. So how the process through planning and zoning, et cetera, is a complex, long one. In fact, for this development, it's extremely long.
Extremely long. This development has been in the works since 1987. In fact, that is the last time a zoning density study was done. The zoning density study that says that this neighborhood is zoned for high density has not been completed since 1987, 35 years just about, and they keep getting renewals. And that study is expiring this May, so they're trying to force this project through before it does fully expire. The fact that they're trying to use a study from 1987 before half of Cecil County existed just kind of blows our mind, and that's one of the things that we're really trying to advocate for with sustainable development. If you're going to develop our lands, use current data. They've not even done a traffic study on there then, and anybody that drives through Northeast knows how impossible it is to get into town during peak tourism season. If these homes, these 700 plus units are going to go in, that's going to add, national average is 2.5 cars per household. That's going to add in just shy of 2,000 permanent cars to the town of Northeast to be driving down Main Street and Turkey Point Road.
Right, and it's not, my understanding is that it's not just houses, it's a combination of houses, townhomes, and apartments.
Yes, there is, as you're coming down Turkey Point Road, just south of Main Street, you pass Irishtown Road, you'll pass the Della Plain neighborhood, and then you'll pass the Fairway Villages neighborhood. In between those two neighborhoods are going to go 250, I believe, apartments, with two more entrances being added to Turkey Point Road, where people are already having to pull over on the shoulder to go around people that are trying to turn into the multitude of developments that exist there. That's the main thing that we're right now trying to say, hey, maybe that's not a good idea there. The other homes that are going to go in on the old golf course, we're not happy about those, but we understand that development is going to happen no matter what. But if we can try to find a way to get them to work with us and say, hey, these apartments are kind of a problem because they're not even going to solve the housing crisis that the nation is facing, because they're not going to be affordable apartments. They're going to be luxury apartments. And in Cecil County, where the average home value is just over $200,000, that's not going to solve anything that Cecil County residents need.
Right. So in in organizing, what actual options are available to you, to your group, or to anyone who has an objection or to certain development?
There's not many options left to us right now, because when the Planning and Zoning Commission met for their January meeting, they did try to vote on this bill. And the room was filled with citizens saying that, hey, we have these concerns. Chiefly among them, other than the traffic that I've already mentioned, was also the overcapacity of the schools. As soon as that was brought up, the Planning and Zoning Commission tabled the discussion and said, we'll take it up in February. We need to get more data on this. And then we found out that that meeting is going to be just for voting. It's not going to be for any more public comment. It's not going to be to discuss any traffic studies that they're promising that they are going to try to give us. We still haven't seen any environmental studies. So we have no recourse now that we're not allowed to talk to the Planning and Zoning Commission about this anymore. So our only recourse is to show up in numbers and protest in a traditional grassroots kind of effort. So that's what we're doing, is we're organizing our community, trying to get people to come to a public meeting that we're hosting to discuss this issue directly with the developer. And all else fails, then we might have to do an old-fashioned picket line. We are pursuing all options here to make sure that our voices are heard.
Okay. So you formed Cecil
Citizen Action Network.
Citizen Action Network.
CCAN.
CCAN. When this issue is resolved, will it have what will happen to the organization?
We're not entirely sure. This is brand new. We've been in existence for like a week, but all of us are pretty excited about the work that we're doing. And I think a lot of us do see CCAN becoming a permanent institution within Cecil County, specifically to make sure that the development is happening smart. See, Cecil County is in a weird spot here because we have all this land available to us right on the 95 corridor, equidistant between 4 major cities. And anyone that's lived in Cecil County for 20 years has seen the encroachment coming in. You see Middletown being developed in Newcastle County. You see everything, all the development that's going on in Harford County. They've caught up to Cecil County now. They've realized that Cecil County has optimal land right on the 95 corridor, perfect for warehousing and cheap homes. We want to make sure that our legacy is a little more than that.
I've been here for 31 years, and I always, for a long time I thought, well, why don't people move here? It seems, ideally situated, but I figured that just at some point it will happen, and I guess it could now be happening.
Yeah.
The so-called development in general is there's warehouses, there's which a lot of people seem to be opposed to, but these things, they have an impact as well.
They do, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Mike. You are Mike Welker, and the organization is Cecil Citizens Action
Network. Yep, Cecil CAN. Yep. You can find us on Facebook. Just look up Cecil CAN, C-A-N, or Cecil Citizen Action Network. And then our public meeting that we're hosting with the developer will be held at the Northeast Library on Monday, February 13th at 5:30 p.m.
Good.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Doug.
All right.